All right, we have another chapter of Kaiji 301. This one is called Bankruptcy. I assume this is relating to Kaiji's creative reinterpretation of the story that we've seen so far. Trying to find a balance between sanitized and safe, and truthful enough to be convincing to package up and give to his mother, to explain why the bad men are coming for him, why he just needs his seal, and why she should be maybe a little paranoid of men in black coming and scooping her away in the night. It's a rough situation, and for all we know, Kaiji shouting at his mom earlier has already tipped off the Tei agents and they're on their way. Um, but, it's not like he can just grab it and run. It's still his mother. She's still his mother, sorry. Um, all right, let's see. How will Kaiji finish his story? A couple of you started just screaming that the world is a tough place. So, if he continues this kind of analogy that his employees betrayed him, then despite his employees betraying him, he wins, right? So I wonder if that's the story he'll tell. I was betrayed by my partner, fell down into a predicament, one way or the other, and should have swing myself out of that hole. See which has not been seen. Yes, of course, that is what leads him to discover the other layers of cheating going on in Minefield Mahjong. I should reread that arc, because I don't even quite remember all of the complexity and trickeries. And of course, when I noticed, I realized something that wound up being decisive. Someone popped up out of the blue to give me a loan. Oh, it's nice to see Kazuya again. We haven't seen him in a while. And I really grew to love that character in so many ways. Many ways that I predicted that I would, and in so many ways that I wouldn't either. I hope we haven't seen the last of him. But, well, maybe we have. If we have, it ended very well for him. The idea that they saved him. That's a pretty beautiful ending for his story. Who was it? The son of the chairman of the organization I mentioned before. The shady one. I mean, that's true. and I suppose adding that detail does make it a little more convincing, insofar as it's true, and Kaiji's kind of complex feelings around the matter are very much based on that fact. But it's going to make it awfully confusing for his mother. I've got it. Oh! What does she have? Must have been worried about you. Oh, they think you... Oh, Kaiji's mom. You're so naive. Moody. They don't. It's not possible. On the son of the chairman, pop up right when you're most in trouble and give you a loan. He's bored. He was literally just bored, right? He was bored, so he decided to pop into the little casino there and see what was happening. Ooh, this is an interesting game. I guess I'll just chill out on the couch here and watch. Oh, man, thinking back, that was actually such a cool moment. Like when I first read it, I had no idea the significance it could have. That for the next two arcs, this would be the major antagonist that would merge into such a complex and fascinating character. And yeah, the first thing he does, he just walks in, plops down on the couch. Oh, it's so like weird and mysterious, It's very rare in a Fukumoto series to have that sort of intrusion in the gambling. Like, can you imagine that happening during Akagi? Some guy just like walks into Ishizu's mansion. It's like eating an apple or something. What are you guys doing, huh? Yo, those tiles are clear, I can see right through those suckers. Okay. They didn't feel bad. Doesn't matter how rich he is. If the son of the chairman is giving you a loan, of course it means the company would have needed to approve it. He's kind of talked himself into a corner here. He's made it seem a little too reasonable, and now she's coming up with reasonable answers. Kaiji is so vexed. But, I applaud his mom here. Not only is she really kind of deducing this pretty quickly and working out these theories, but she's doing it in a way that is trying to reassure Kaiji, you know? Because I think she's probably put together that the same shady firm that Kaiji quit is the same one he's running from now. So she's trying to come up with some way that maybe things are okay. That maybe everything they're doing, all of these wiretaps or whatever, everything that's got you so paranoid, they're doing out of love or something. But Kaiji is vexed. You know where the money originally came from? You could say that. Apologize. Go back to where you work and tell her you're sorry. Apologize to them. Could it work? Kaiji went back and apologized to Tei. Just, yeah, you know. What can I say? I'm sorry, guys. You wouldn't kill me, right? I said I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you the money back, but I'm sorry. You have to. Oh, Kaiji's mom is so sweet. After one of the ones, it saved you when your business went bankrupt, weren't they? So leave with this panel of Kaiji just. I love this. I love this. I love this because the way that Fukumoto went about it, I was like, okay, this is like one of his things, you know? That you can tell when Fukumoto kind of takes an interest in something. And this idea of like how to bundle a story, how to find the sweet spot between believable and safe. You can tell that he was like, yes, what's the strategy here? But usually when he does something like that, it like kind of succeeds, right? Or at least there is a chance of success. But here, Kaiji is just kind of floundering, even though he went at it in the way of a Fukumoto-like thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I find it very amusing. He saved you, Kaiji. Like he's saying her these horrible things. Go apologize to them. Doesn't matter what happened, you have to. At this point, I would just be like, yeah, you're right, Mom. I'll do that tomorrow. Well, I was here to grab my bank seal, you know, with all this business stuff. She'll be like, why didn't you have that before? You started a business. When did you need that to start a business? Just like, so he's thinking about the cruelty that Tei showed him. And, of course, we remember these horrific incidents of branding and watching your friends plummet to their death and having your fingers cut off and having other things drilled underneath your fingernails. And there's no reason for us to reminisce on these things. I'm sorry, that's the one thing I can never do. Wow, he really answered very sincerely here. And this is quite a page. The contrast between these two. And keep in mind, this entire time, and this is like very Fukumoto-esque, that he sometimes seems to lack a sort of like cinematic forethought, you know, where it seems like a lot of mangaka and directors and other kind of high-level visual storytelling people will think of the climactic moment and then work backwards from there to come up with the situation such that everything can look really cool when the climactic moment happens. So in this case, if it was a normal person writing Kaiji would have to like meet his mom underneath a bridge for some reason. There would be like traffic going by and it would be like dark. And, like the moon would be shining down and when Kaiji bows down and says, that's the one thing I can never do, like it starts raining or something. You can see it, right? But here, it's Kaiji dressed up like an old lady with like gloves and a bonnet and a cold mask in their bathroom. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. My son has no morals. That's the one thing I've never ever heard. I've heard the opposite of that a lot about Kaiji. I've heard a very derogatory thing said about Kaiji. He's drifted far away from what's right. What's happened to you, Kaiji? Just understanding, there's a great, hugeless, thoughtless misinterpretation you're making right now. But yeah, I don't think that's fair for Kaiji to say. Not only is she interpreting things very reasonably based on the story that he told her, IMO, but saying that it's thoughtless too, which of course we see here, thoughtless, she replies, is really, you know, not fair to her when she's been able to kind of reason through what he's saying, I think, quite reasonably. Reasonably. It's the best way to reason. Not my fault for not being able to tell you properly. Someday. Yeah. Yeah. That's really all he can do right now. The situation calms down. Be able to tell you, but for right now, there's just no way I can go there. The destination is so half-baked. I'm traded for my allies. My business went and collapsed as far as our system went, for the game as a whole. He slept. Just once he slept. He slept. Job as a whole wound up for a huge win for me. Oh, another all-time classic panel. Run! 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 Oh, I love it. I love it. Still did it. Got a payout worthy of it. And then money is capital. I found some new allies. And another business right away. The next day. I still can't get over that. I wonder, this is something that I would be interested in general, is like the rate that at which time passes chapter by chapter in mediums. That we had 2 entire arcs take place over the course of one night. Some 200, no, probably more than that. Probably like 350 chapters, I would imagine. I think Akagi still beats it. No, actually, I don't know. Akagi definitely ran longer. And the vast majority of it, of course, also takes place over one night. But Kaiji might actually be more pages, more chapters. I don't know. But what's the record? Does anyone have any guesses? I'm really curious about this now. I never really thought about it before. But yeah, I just love that it's just one night. This is so crazy. Went right on to the next thing that quickly. Same Kaiji waited until... Whoa! Flashbacks! Whoa! Flashbacks! Young Kaiji! Kaiji doing all of his homework on the last day. Kaiji always oversleeping. Labor at school 3 days a week, like he's above the rules. One joke is never going to be anyone important. Important right then, so it didn't matter. That's the kind of guy he was, huh? Very interesting. I wish there was like a young Kaiji series. You know, about him navigating the social situations of high school and probably gambling all the time. It wouldn't be that different, really. But like a more slice of life type Kaiji, you know? That'd be so great. I learned. First you gotta move. When you're still running is where you think. Presidents of venture businesses say that. Things like that all the time. Wow, that's amazing, Kaiji. What kind of job was it this time? The Minefield Mahjong was communications. One poker is religious studies. I have no idea. What kind of job was it this time? What kind of job? Maybe statistics? Or something? No. It feels like so long ago. It feels so nostalgic now. Just seeing the table, seeing the indicator lights, seeing the card tray, seeing the lives. They've all become so iconic so quickly to me. Just let me think. Oh, man. She makes a good point. What could he possibly be thinking about when she asks a simple question like, what is your current job? I don't understand. If I just told you what it was, you wouldn't get it. I figured out a way to explain this to you so you'll get it. There is no need to worry about today. Kaiji has secured himself a night completely alone with his mother. I'm sure he's thrilled. I'm sure he wants nothing more than to sit here in the bathroom with his mother, trying to figure out how to explain one poker. This is really nice. Something about the sleepy suburban street with the Tei agents fast falling asleep in their car. There's something really cozy about it, you know? I For all my joking about Fukumoto's sometimes questionable cinematics and kind of climactic direction style, sometimes he really gets it. And the idea of zooming out of this apartment where this frantic, nonsensical discussion is taking place and looking out into the sleepy twilight street, that's really beautiful. That's a very, very beautiful transition. All right, so we will continue Kaiji's rambling, wholehearted excuses in the next chapter. Okay, bye bye.